guys, it's Sasha with Rice and Raw, and I do apologize. I haven't uploaded the past 2 weeks, and I've been trying to upload every Thursday. So I do apologize, but things have gotten crazy. I've been closing on a house, my very first house, and busy season and everything. But I wanted to bring you guys an update video on my bulking progress. So every winter I bulk, and this started last winter. Last winter was the first experience of bulking, and it went pretty well. And this year, I decided to challenge myself. I really wanted to get up to 120 pounds at the end of my bulk. So then I would be about like 115 pounds standing, which is quite a big leap from where I was. After vacation, I lost quite a bit of weight, and I came back at about like 106. So I've actually gained 7 pounds since then. So in 2 months, I've gained 7 pounds in my bulk, which I'm very, very happy about, very proud about. I wanted to get back up to this weight. So now that I'm back up to this weight, all I need to do is gain another 7 pounds, and I'm at my goal weight for the end of my bulk. And I want to reach that probably by the end of February. So I start off pretty strong, even though I eased into my vegan bulk. I made more progress than I thought I would by now, which is wonderful, and I'm just going to keep going until the end of February. So you guys can kind of follow my progress with that. This video I'll have later on in the video, just like an update of my physique and everything. So I guess I can just talk a bit more about the bulk and what I'm doing for it. So like I mentioned before, is that I eased into this bulk. So I didn't want to just jump in, start eating a ton of food, a lot more fat, a lot more protein, because I know myself, and I know that after doing that for a few days, this is going to dip off, and I'm probably going to eat a lot less calories, and I'm just going to be just full and ugh. So I decided to ease myself into it. What I did is not that I even track my macros anyway, ever at all, but I did try to focus a bit more on just eating food, in just general food. Like I didn't really care if it was going to be, like a higher carb or a higher fat meal. Any vegan food I'm eating. So I guess you would call that a dirty bulk. And so I eased into it, just trying to eat more intuitively, just trying to get to the point of being full and then eating past that. And then in the past 2 weeks, I decided to track my food to make sure, to actually see, my macros, and actually see that am I getting enough, calories, or am I just tricking myself and lying to myself? Because it's very possible. It's very easy to eat, like, oh yeah, I'm full. I probably had about 3,000 calories. And you come to find out at the end of the day, you're 500 calories shy of that. So, that's why I'm not actually gaining weight in my bulk. So I wanted to avoid that pitfall. So after tracking my food for the past 2 weeks, I found that my macro ratios did drop off on the amount of carbohydrates that I'm eating, which is totally fine. So I went from probably eating about 70% carbohydrates, 15% fat, 15% protein, maybe even more like 20% fat, 10% protein, to be honest. I went from that to eating more like 55 to 60% carbohydrates, 25 to 30% fat, and 15% protein. And I have not had any problems with this at all, because I've always eaten a bit more fat than probably most high carb vegans do. I don't know, I find that it's very helpful, and it's also very helpful when it comes to lifting. I think if you try to limit your fat too much, you actually enter a danger zone of just never being full, never being satisfied, just always eating, overeating. I find that, people who do 95/5 macro ratios really do struggle for the most part. So adding a bit more fat is not a bad thing. Don't be afraid of fat. It's just focus on the carbohydrates, and the fat will follow. Just don't be terrified of fat. And I've found that the people who are terrified of fat are the people who are struggling the most on this lifestyle, on this diet. So I am also trying to get about 3,000 calories or more in a day, which is actually quite a challenge, especially if you're adding more fat and protein. So I've been a bit shy of that, to be honest. I'm probably eating more like 2,800 calories a day on average, but I'm always trying to get up there to 3,000 or more. But it does help to track my calories. So at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I need to eat 500 more calories, because I'm just not meeting my expectations. So I found that to be helpful. I stopped for a couple days just because it's kind of time consuming for me. I don't know, I don't care to think too much about my food. but I think I might go back to it just because of that, like, calorie monitoring has been very helpful for me. And since it's the opposite of trying to cut down on calories, since it's trying to eat more calories, it doesn't mess with my head or anything. I know that a lot of people out there, you know, tracking your food can kind of like trigger, you know, past experiences with trying to cut carbs, cut calories, cut fat, cut everything. So you do want to be mindful and cautious of that if you are prone to that. I feel that I'm pretty comfortable with it and I'm okay with it, so that's why I'm allowing myself to do that. But even after you do recover, I struggled with bulimia. I would also starve myself. Even after you do recover, you know, years and years after, it can kind of bubble up. So you do want to always be cautious, I think, probably throughout your entire life, and just kind of monitor those thoughts and make sure that you're not falling into that trap again, because you're already susceptible to it. I guess you could say. I definitely believe in 100% recovery, but you might just be more susceptible to those kind of thoughts. Also, some people ask me, like, why don't you just, you know, eat 80-10-10, but just increase your calories? And I know my body, and I know that I would stay pretty lean and I wouldn't see much progress at all. I probably wouldn't even notice any weight gain. So I really did need to change my macros to eat more fat, eat more protein, to really gain that weight, especially efficiently and effectively. I don't want to be trying to gain 5 pounds every year. I want to gain 5 pounds in like a month or two. So I'm really happy with that. The type of foods I'm eating, like I said, dirty bulk. So anything vegan goes that I like to eat. I've been going to Korean restaurants a lot, and that's been really helpful because you get the panchan, which is these little like side dishes, and there's a whole bunch of vegetables. There are some like meat dishes, but they only bring us the vegetable ones, and that's been really helpful to get in all of my vegetables. And then we have a lot of rice and tofu and vegetables with our meal, and that really helps to just bring up the calorie count for those days and eat substantially and eat more healthfully. So that's a big bulk of what I've been eating, is going out to eat at restaurants, Korean food. It's very expensive. It kills me the amount of food that I'm spending on, the amount of money I'm spending on food. Not on food, I'm spending on money. What else? Oh, so I've also been making my buffalo mac and cheese pizza, which I made in my last video. I have a recipe there, so if you guys want to check that out. Really great for bulking. If you guys aren't trying to bulk, you can have 1 or 2 slices, and it's, you know, with some vegetables, some other things for your dinner or what have you. So you can still have it when you're not bulking, but it is a great tool for when you are bulking. I've been eating more potatoes just because it's the winter, and I don't know, I just feel like potatoes. So I've been eating more potatoes, doing like crispy potatoes in the oven, adding extra oil, adding extra like just Mayo, which is like this vegan mayonnaise by Hampton Creek, adding more avocados as well. Although avocados are not in season, they're very expensive right now where I'm at, and they don't really ripen quite well. So I've been struggling having my rice and avocado meal, which I love to do, just because I haven't really had luck with getting good avocados. And I wanted to bring you guys a physique update because I've been working really hard on this, and I kind of want to track my progress and show you guys that, like, there's no shame to have a bit more fat on your body. It's actually a really great thing. It's great to have a bit more to your body. I really think that the beauty standards today, like, they are swinging more towards a healthier body style, but I just think that, like, this stick thin, super lean bean type of look, like, that's great. Like, and if you're naturally that look, or you do have that body type, that's totally fine, but it's not like everyone needs to be that way. And I think when especially when I was younger, that was what I really took in from, like, being on social media, watching the media, just that's what I thought you had to be. And I'm very happy now that I found a new lifestyle that actually kind of more idolizes bigger bodies, like curvier bodies. This, in lifting, like, you want to have more to you, you want to have more muscle, you want to have more booty. That's just the way it is, and I like that. And actually it helps me to focus my, like, perfectionist energy on something else other than, like, trying to lose weight. I'm trying to gain strength, gain muscle, and that's a happier feeling for me. Like, you even saw with my, like, facial expressions, like, lose weight as opposed to gain muscle, gain like booty, gain mass, like that makes me excited, gain strength, like that excites me. It's like a fun thing and it's a healthy thing. I want to get down to the physique update, so I will bring you guys to that. So I figured I'd do the bulking update, physique update here. The other room is super messy. I'm in the middle of packing and getting ready to move. I'm moving into my own house, which I'm very excited about. Also, I have some natural lighting here. I don't know how forgiving it will be, but we'll see. So I don't know how to pose, but I just thought I'd bring to you guys an update on my physique. I gained about 7 pounds so far in 2 months doing a vegan bulk. So yes, just pose awkwardly now because I don't know how to pose. I'll try. I'll mimic what I've seen online.
But I still believe.